And I grew up dreaming in color because that was possible. But nowadays I dream in black and white because kunzima sana umfumana umuntu. Sit and understand my pain, wear my shoes and empathize. I want somebody who has a lot of empathy. So itopke obviously in relationships is the masculine part. And really these positions, top, bottom, it's only language yasebheting.
Ever done skinny dipping?
Yes.
Ooh, ever. Hello, sanibona nidumelang igama uzandi isibongo umfeka umalwandle lo lwandle kalwela lwezikwezana zonesihambela lekude phezulu. Do join. Sanibona nidumelang. Hello, igama uzandi isibongo umfeka umalwandle lo lwandle kalwela lwezikwezana zonesihambela lekude phezulu. We are coming back with another beautiful episode. Now remember that Meaningful Conversations with Uzandi Mfeka, it's the only podcast that is here to educate you, inspire, and keep you entertained. Because what will we be without entertainment, man? That is why today I am bringing you an all-rounder in that space. Entertainment, education, inspiration, you name it. He is here with me today, and I am so excited. I'm super excited that I have him because in story time. Story time on TikTok, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a super bubbly soul. Sims, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to finally meet you.
Yes, likewise. Oh my goodness.
Talking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Sims.
And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
More
thank you
in
so
person.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remember that today I am dressed by Mufftaw Fashions in Johannesburg, corner of Albertina, Sisulu and Troy 127. You find them there just right in front of the bus station. So if you need to place your order, I'm going to pin the numbers, their contact numbers on the description box down below. Before we get into our conversations, please introduce yourself. Tell the people at home because I'm going to get introduced.
So yes, my name is Simphiwe Mahlanyana. Of course, my stage name at the moment is Umjolo. Umjolo. Hey, Umjolo inelishwa lomjolo.
Like all siyagowa kulomjolo.
Yeah, no. I'm the queen and king of Umgowo. I can tell you all about it. Like, yeah. So originally, I'm from Cape Town, Langa Township.
Oh, what's Brenda Fass?
Yeah, I live about 2 minutes away from Brenda Fass's house.
That's nice.
I was born, bred and buttered in Langa. And only August 2023, I relocated to Joburg because I felt like there was something in eating, like a big change. And that's how I landed in Johannesburg. But I'm a Cape Town borner, straight from the hood.
So you are a newbie in Johannesburg. How long have you been here?
I've been here now for close to 2 years. So
hey, a definite newbie.
The newbie got to send triple 4 times.
Are you busy, man?
I know. I've got a big heart. I have to share.
While usakhuluma ngama big hearts, let us play a game.
Okay.
I want to see something. And I know what viewers at home want to see something too.
Okay.
So it's a 30 seconds game.
Okay.
30 seconds. 1 minute to answer its question. So I've made it easy.
Okay.
I've made it easy. All of these questions, you are going to expand on them later on as we continue with the conversation. Ever kissed a girl? Yes or no? Okay. Ever gotten involved in a cat fight?
No.
Okay. You wake up one day and you've been scammed by an online lover.
Yes.
Hey, you are right back to the Ever dated a gangster?
No.
Ever dated a pastor?
Yes.
Ever twagged for attention in Mgroven?
No.
Okay. Ever done skinny dipping?
Yes.
Ooh, ever cried for a man?
Yes.
Do you have any platonic relationship?
No.
Indoda must qedela.
Be amazing. Give love and be love.
What is your definition of giving love?
Yeah, sure. My definition of giving love, for me, it's to reciprocate. So what the next person akunika yona is also to offer the same thing. And when I'm saying offer the same thing, I'm not saying if I pay 1,000, you need to pay 1,000. But show that now we are full patala no by 1.5, no by 200, but show that you want to do that. It's also just, man, like siyagoa man, siyagoa. There are so many problems. After COVID, is ziningi, and you want someone to be there for you emotionally, spiritually, economically, financially. Somebody just needs to be there. Like, sit and understand my pain, wear my shoes, and empathize. I want somebody who has a lot of empathy, who will understand, and as a partner, let me step in. Because I do the same thing.
Do you think ukuthi emjolweni wesikhathi samanje people have these things you are mentioning?
It's difficult, Siswam. It's difficult because Ama2K have come and changed the narrative about Umjolo, about sex and everything. Ngoku, you find ukuthi the people that are perhaps targeted as partners, they think three levels down, because kaloku it's about meeting and having sex and drinking and having drugs and things like that. So I always say to my people that I like to dream. And I grew up dreaming in color because that was possible. But nowadays I dream in black and white because kunzima sana umfumana umuntu that I just told you about now, because the values have changed, technology has taken over, people are using AI to date, to do things, to navigate life. So kunzima nje man sithanda kunzima. If ukhona umuntu omfumanayo lo muntu ndithi ndiyamfuna, you must just tell me uba wenza njani. Tell me wenza njani.
Ngoba ziyabuya man.
Yo ziyabuya sithandwa, especially in Joburg. Yo. Anthule.
Go busy.
Joburg kaloku, yeah, it's a hub of everything.
Yeah, ne?
It's a hub of everything in Joburg.
We get to hear that from your story times.
Yo, 4 times.
It seems, man, educate us. I am so excited to have you because it's the first time I am sitting with an openly gay person who educates. I only got to get that once with Alabaster, where she was telling us kunama les femme, kunama butch femme, and all of those things. And we wonder, how does the gay Umjolo actually goes? I've heard kunama tops, kunama bottoms. How does these things work? And when as it seems, how do you know mawuhamba pha estrateni uyabona uba loya ungumuntu wami and we top mina ngi bottom? Is it possible to see into kanjalo? But educate us a little bit on those things esihleze sizizwa ngabantu. I guess sizizwe from the horse's mouth, from people who are willing and ready to tell us about them.
Oh, the way engizoshaya ngakhona yi-LGBT community, but ke it is what it is.
Soze bakuthinte sana because ngiyaba invite abezi ngizobasho ngamagama.
So Sithandwa, yeah, I mean, back in the day you could see, but okay, double, bottomly. But nowadays it's changed, it's fluid. Okay. So itopke obviously in relationships is the masculine part. And really these positions, top, bottom, it's only language yasebedini, if we're being honest. So top, it means you're the one who dominates in bed. Nguwe umtu ofakayo. Yeah, if I can I go deeper?
Yes, go deeper, Papa.
And then of course, if you are bottom, then it means you're the receiver.
Okay.
Yeah. But because times have changed and people are exploring, top verse, verse bottom. Into
top kufagwa efaka kwano bottom a receiver.
Yes.
Now sekuno transverse siyeza lapha ko transgender sekuno transverse manje.
Yeah.
What is that?
So transverse is I need to be very careful with trans language because obviously I'm called trans, I'm gay. I know that trans is, for instance, if I'm born gay or born a guy and I go through the transition of being a woman, then you are considered a trans. But it's also been brought to my attention through friends and my work that, even if umtu akaka sick, uputilo, that you can still consider yourself trans, which means you're on your journey to transition to become a woman or the other way around. So xa kuthiwa trans first ke ngoku imagine nanza le nto ngumfana and I'm gay and I decide ndigiwe ngoba gay. Let me be a woman, meaning I want a vagina. So I get this vagina, but then I'm verse, meaning in fact ngoku while I'm going through the transition, the automatic reaction from onye umntu is that if I'm going through trans, I'm a girl in bed.
You are a girl because you transitioned.
Yes, exactly. But now, asilele bedi nam isekhona mosubhuti nam ndifuna ufaka. Then it means you're transverse because you're no longer just receiving as bottom, but you also want to top. So that's where the language of verse comes. Verse ngumntu ke othi say egqibile ukunika uthi xa uqala ulala uthi xa uvula amehlo uthi unusile sana na ufuna umnike.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. So, Landoga trans ayisho ukuthi you want to be trans just because you have fully transitioned, and if you were born a boy, now we are isiga la totolozi ufuna ukufaka vagina and then you are trans. You can also be trans just by ukuthi ube nago kube nago lokozalwe nago kodwa ukushintshana indlela yokugqoka indlela yokwenza.
Look, like I said, I need to be careful here because I don't want to offend anyone. But I know that the moment you start the journey, your transition, that's when you become trans.
Okay.
You know, you hormones and all sorts of things that they do along the way. And of course, there'll be different titles. So once umtu awele finally with this the surgical part, then umtu can turn around and say, I'm a woman, which is also fine, or a trans woman. But once that mhlambe I'm nandi trans, which means usenayo into, but I mean you need to be very careful. And the community layana that you don't just ask insensitive questions to. Funeka ube careful bubuza njani, because it is a very emotionally draining journey, you know. Because kaloku it means you let go of ubuwena when you were born. I mean, if you're born with a penis and you decide awusayifuni anymore, it could be that you grow up uyintombazana, yonke into yakho intombazana, but you're still stuck with this thing. So it's easy for those people to transition because in any case they have always considered themselves intobana I'm a girl. But imagine umzekelo umuntu ofana no Kardashians, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner had a wife, had kids. But decided at some point, you know what, I'm tired of this. I want the true me to come out. Now, it's emotionally draining because you lose not only family, you lose a part of yourself that you were showing about, that people know you to be. And now you have to start afresh. Caitlyn Jenner, it's like, oh, Caitlyn Jenner was born in 2020.
That one. Who was... now is...
It's really, really difficult. So that's why you need to be very careful when you trade in that space. Because that's why now I'm giving a disclaimer and saying I'm being careful in case that is not, I'm not allowed to say, or if it's misinformation. Yeah.
Because we see so many cases like who just changed Osimazi or transitioner into a girl, and now suddenly he has changed. I'm sorry if I'm offending him or her. I'm not sure how does uthanduk addresswa kanjani, kodwa we see ukuthi usebuyela back ekube nomfana futhi. And there's another one engemlandelayo who's pregnant. Unfortunately, he's overseas because he is so open about the journey. Naye, like you are saying, tasama hormones. And funny enough, he got pregnant. Last year he was pregnant. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she had the title. And how do we address you, by the way?
I'm he.
You are he.
So I'm he. My pronouns are him, he, his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Educational too, because these things, abantu, they tend to be quick to judge. Meanwhile, we don't even understand what is happening.
100%. Yeah.
Now, when I'm asking you the questions, have you dated a pastor? I would like to hear that story. Now that you are here, you dated a pastor. So the pastor was gay? What happened?
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's gay or if he's MSM, but we'll get there. So it's some few years ago, started university and I'm doing my first year. So there's a lot of excitement around doing your first year because things are not done as a high school. You've got your own independence in. So this friend of mine, who I thought was my friend, but apparently had a crush on me, but I didn't know, And busy kathi siye epatini. So siye kule party, xa sifika apha, okay, it's only guys, like guys only, and ingathi couples up.
Okay.
And then there's this guy opposite me. He keeps winking at me. Like, yeah, winking, and I'm uncomfortable because I'm not used to this. You know, I mean, I've not, at this point, I've never
Say
had.
fresh, Anjay.
Do you say Virgin Mary at
Okay,
this point? You know,
okay.
biscuit yam didi. So I see this guy, and anyway, fast forward because there's another story under is. I realize that, oh no, this guy actually likes me. So we link up again, but this time without a friendly.
Okay.
So we ditch the friend and then we go out Soitu. We're chilling and must be pasta because Dimbone Sela Payana. But I just know Guti is very careful about where he fetches me. I can land a guy. So I have to go to some corner and land a car, and it's always like trip imoto. I'm not about and land a car freely. As a result, I couldn't even say to my mom, Bandi happy. Anyway, so Kelly and Bitlesha, and yeah, so we date. So we decide, let's date. He's 10 years older than me.
Okay.
Cute guy, a bit chubby. And I'd never dated chubby guys at the time. He was my third partner I was dating. So he's got this thing, and then get an invitation. So Koya turned and invite her, let's go out for coffee, and we go to places far away. I remember we went to a place in Landadno. Like, which are places that people don't go to.
Sure.
At some point, we went to Gordon's Bay. Like, I mean, I was good. Of course, I don't know why. Now, this invitation, if you can hips, we're going to a place, and let's figure Glendau. Things are gonna be, yeah. Like, things are going to be a bit different. It's not the kinds of places I normally take you to.
Okay.
And please, NDA, you can't say anything in Zakapa. Interesting. Anyway, fast forward, we go to this place. If you get Glendau, busy. Okay. Okay, so sell shots, I sell short because I'm too much into drinking at this time. So apparently there's like a big tile. Is our le tile, and then tile. Apparently it's like there's sauna, there's a swimming pool. I don't know if abanye abantu bayayas. Ndibe uncomfortable.
So it's a house. Phezulu it's a normal house. Mawuya under. So
let's say we sit
it's
here.
an exclusive place.
It's exclusive. Kuphakanyisa tile that you would never ordinarily think kungenwa apha.
Okay.
Anyway, so ndibe uncomfortable. Only xa kuthiwa kukhululwa impahla. Kunxitywa itawuli. Sinikwe itawuli, umuntu unika itawuli. Ndithi ke mna ke kuye andizokwazi na uya pha. Bangaya bona, it's okay. I'll hear from aba bantwana balapha into abakwenzeka ntoni. And we're all young boys with oldish men. You know? So I decided, okay, let's go to the bar. So I go to the bar, and then Andy pay 2 single shots of whiskey. And I think I'd mix it with something so that it's not that strong. After one glass, I decide, I'm exploring. Maria apa. Oh yes, when I Matthew, when I John, it's a night set up your link. And then he calls me, hi, at Opi. I'm upstairs. Chonga, sissy. The way our flying a corner to the upstairs section. And you're not allowed to do that. You can't be snooping in people's houses. I'm like, okay, I didn't know. I just want to be sure. How much more phezulu, you know? And so this day I decided, okay, and go because biscuit. Because I short as 2, tips this preparation emotionally, biscuit. So we get to his place. Gate, you can. I don't know if maybe it's a feeling or it's a gut feeling. This is not like any other ordinary house. Something is not right about this.
Is
house.
it his house?
It's his house.
Okay.
We go through the garage. Get to a kitchen. Nalapa ko Maria bamileyo, you know. And I'm thinking, iti nalento. So ndimbuze ke like man. Like Maria Clan, Maria, what is the setup here? I need to understand what's going on. And then he opens the door. In fact, his sliding door, Avuli curtain, and then I see a sliding door, Avuli can seat. It's a whole church.
Ayima.
So ndilele emission. Diolala emission.
Lendlu ngapha is a party underground kuya submarinwa kuya hanjwa nqunu. On top it's a whole church. Wow.
And I won't go any further because it's I can't even mention that church, but it was shocking. It was shocking, and I mean, I guess it's because abantu they want entertainment, but I couldn't play that game. I ended up because I'm not about that. That I deal with one at a time.
So the shock of your life now, ukuthi he's a pastor. Yena bengakazakutshela ukuthi he's a pastor.
And I'm like, okay, awkward. So okay, ngelaki kaYehova ke nami ke at this point ndizomnika ibiscuit because kaloku sana yipasta sana ngonza xa ndinika ibiscuit upasta uzawukhala njani uzabe sithi Matthew ugqiba verse 1 hayi sana
Maria Kobileyo.
and I was very intentional that way. Look, since I know what I know now, I need time. I'm not going to say take me home. I'll sleep here, but please respect my privacy. And so nix. Of course, export and import your Louis, we had to. Damn niggas, I want to have a taste, but that's as far as it went.
Sure. Yeah, ne? Was he married? Did you find out?
No, not married. Never married, and I probably still not married.
Which is even possible ukuthi uqashile ngokuba umfundisi.
I can't answer that because the moment it depends, it's going to be clear.
Asiyeke kanjalo wethu.
Sibamba up.
Yo, hey. Busy. Uyazi ukuthi mangabe sinibona guys nihamba lapha estratini nibambene ngokucicane, it looks like akuve kumnandi kwa LGBTQI because nje kunothando kuna everything. But only to find out ukuthi iQuery has taught me ukuthi hey kugowa macala. It's
the most promiscuous community you will ever come across. Kwa LGBT? I'm telling you because the mop so yeah, no, it's hectic. I always say sometimes I think heterosexuals are better than us. Tina?
Sure.
Like uyakwazi ukuthi uhamba nomuntu wakho yena endaweni ungene etoilet bungathi uyochama phuma uhluthi ungandibuzi.
Quick and fast iqediwe njalo njalo.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. And xa usewuyilanda, you find ukuthi historically it's not something as an art. It's been there. You know, in the mines, in prisons. It's always happened. As a result, into yoba kuthiwa nanku umuntu kabani, akho nto kamuntu kasisandi apha. Umuntu kasisandi, but the moment you fika pha with the sharks, you're swimming in the ocean.
Because that's another thing that I have a lot of gay friends, by the way. And one thing that I usually hear from them, they say, hey, nina nazi next. Umuntu wakho during the day, maye nawe. You don't know what's happened during the night on those business meetings, on those trips, on those whatever. You will never know. And akudingi ukuthi mina ngibe naye 24/7 ngazo abantu because at the end of the day,
I'm telling you.
After 9, nifuna ukufaka abanye abantwana kule nto yena asifaki umuntu.
No babes, asifaki umuntu uyazingenela. Let me tell you. And now, because of the language getting more and more modern and more exposed, sinento ekuthiwa xa sibizwa MSM.
What is that?
MSM is a man who has sex with men. No strings attached, no feeling, nothing.
Agayo gay, agayo next is just a straight man.
They're married, they're dating a girl, but they just want anal sex. And you find half of them, they want to be penetrated.
Kanti especially anal sex. Ayungayiphenduli kalokho bazoyiphendula kwi-comment section.
If diphendile, I'm scared the whole country is going to come after me, even abantu babantu bazofuna mna. Let me rather not.
Uzawusidonsela amanzi ngomsele.
Atsakwazi.
Now seems you are Xhosa.
Yes.
Which means you went to Entabeni.
Yes.
So mawuye Entabeni, were you aware of yourself ukuthi I'm not a guy like other guys? I'm going because ngifezekisa isiko. Ithini into yokuya Entabeni as a gay person? Do you have a right to say no, I'm gay, I don't want to go there?
Yes, people have a right to say abanye abantu they do it the medical way. So abantu bayokusika ke esibhedlela. But now I've since I was young, I've been very intentional about being a man. As much as yes, I'm gay, you know, and the whole family, my friends, everyone knows. But I knew from a young age ukuthi nami ndafuna ukoluka ndibe yindoda so that when there are ceremonies at home, I can also perform ndime ndiyindoda pha. So it wasn't just to sisiko, diphume city. It was just, I was intentional, and I'm still intentional about the process I went through.
Okay.
I said, it was 2008.
Yeah.
Started working at the aquarium, and ndasave imali. Ngo-October ndayodrowa yonke imali yam ndayibeka phezu kwebhedi kubhuti wam ndathi ndicela nindifake nindikhuphe nakongeza ke apho kushota khona. Ndaphuma until today when we have imisebenzi endlini xa kuthiwa kubizwa amadoda ebuhlanti I'm there, that's it. And I don't fake it. Ndibe ndinxibe izinto. No. If ndinxibe utight, as long as ndombathile, ndingangena ndinje ebuhlanti. My family knows. Because into esiyela lapha ayonto bana what are you wearing? It's about lento siyeleyo. As long as I respect the ancestors funa kuzombathele and xa uthethe funa kuhlale phansi. I follow all those rules until today.
Now, I fear the dangers that gay people might be exposed to. For example, we are entabeni so uyaziwa vele ukuthi gay. Don't you find yourself exposed now to the people who might want to take advantage or want, let us just say, to experiment?
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to speak for all the tribes, but I know in the Xhosa tribe, abaXhosa are so loving. When it comes to life yasentabeni, you become a shell.
Wow.
Like they protect you so much. And I'm speaking for many gay people who've gone through that process. They protect because they know ukuthi ngumuntu gay, and they know ukuthi you're vulnerable being there because you're exposed, anyone can do anything, but we get so much protection. Esuthwini or ebakwetheni. It's an amazing process that I would do all over again.
It's beautiful.
Given the chance. It was one of those life defining moments in my life whereby I came out, I was like, wow. Now I know what I need to do next. As a result, I moved out of home immediately after Npumile because I learned that there. I had not thought about it until I went there. So siprotectwa kakhulu thina esiXhoseni, you know, and abaXhosa, they make sure bakwenzeke into bethwa ngumuntu wonke. Now I will never forget the first day I arrived eSuthwini. There's a guy who came out of nowhere, so drunk, wafika wazondwela, you know, and apparently kumuntu wambonayo. And then bavela baphuma bonke abantu bambetha. I don't know whatever happened to yena. I don't think he died though. But and akhona babambethi bamabambulali. But it was just to show that unity and the protection ukuthi ayonda uyodlalela le. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, ne. So there is a young sim somewhere out there who's been bullied. Ekhaya bam understand ukuthi kwenzakalani ngalo mntana, and the parents too bamthandazele baze badigwa umthandazela because bathi unamadimoni, not understanding ukuthi this is the type of what we are talking about, this is the education that they need just understand. What can we say to those parents?
Mama, Dada, it's getting worse. Suicide is going high and high and higher. The best thing you can do for your child is to embrace, maybe not accept immediately, but just embrace that they're your child. And then you get to understand. Kunzima sisi, kunzima because once you're not accepted, people they get parents and family from outside. Kulula ke ulahleka xa uphume ngaphandle. Kulula ulahlekiswa ngabantu bangaphandle, especially if you're going to go to a family that is an IDC family, and I don't care family. Ufike kulo family kukho abantu abachaya drugs, ufike kulo family kumithwa left, right and center. Ufike ke as an outsider. What kind of care are you going to get from that family? Kodwa abantwana bakule family bayingxaki bona, you know? So I always say to parents, try and absorb your child. It's your child. Be a sponge. Try and understand how you're feeling now. What is going on? You know, because the moment you lose track of itreka yomntanakho, kuphandle kuwe. You're gonna get a phone call. So it's extremely important. I'm not saying accept. It's difficult to accept. My mother took time to accept me, but I've always been confident. Me telling you was to make a favor for when. So that ungavova abantu nangu Simphiwe lencwa paphandle ngumuntu oyindoda ubufika ubu act up endlini. As long as you know, it took time. But the day my mother called me, esithi mntanami kubani boyfriend yakho ngoku. Oh my God. I'll never forget how much I cried. I couldn't answer. I just cried. I'm like, oh my God. What is a boyfriend yakho? I brought my ex-fiancé home. It was him at the time. And rest in peace.
Now you're saying ex-fiancé, what happened?
Wayeyithanda biscuit. And ke wayengathandi iflavor one. wena coconut,
ufuna
wena
coconut,
ginger.
ufuna chocolate,
And
ufuna ama-toaster salted.
usifuna zoyi-3 plate in the same time. Yeah. It
Aye.
was that bad. I don't want to talk about him because he's since passed on.
I'm fainting, but
So-
in case pass.
Yeah, wayebhizi kakhulu. Yeah.
You were not going to survive that.
No.
You were not going to survive that.
I mean, we dated for, if we were to calculate the time we were together, I'd say 3 years. But then if we do real accounting, so in terms of the time we spent,
Yes.
siqale uJola 206 until 209, but it must have been like a year and a few months that we were together as Umjolo, because we had many gaps. Now, ukoluka kwam, he went to the initiation school as well. And then one phone must be serious. Let's stay together. Let's. 2 months later, I caught him in bed with a new mtu. Why didn't I get biscuit shame that I ended up understanding at some point? But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So now umuntu ongayi-understand the-content yakho, you are on TikTok?
Yes.
Where
I'm on
else?
TikTok.
What other platform are you in?
So on TikTok, I'm Umjolo. That's where I'm doing my inspirational stories, which are true, by the way, because many people think as co-true. Like all of it is true. I always ask umuntu wasemamele.
Hey, uzigqume ngoblanket uthi uvele kancinci ngaphansi kweblanket inkomo. Yeah, iyeza ke indaba. I can't log out. Iyeza le ndaba, I cannot sleep ungayifumananga ubithini.
Yeah, I always get consent from abantu bazi story, but listen, I'm going to share our story. So a portion of my friends will know it's you, but everyone else on TikTok won't know it's you. So on TikTok, I'm Umjolo, but of course, outside of TikTok, I do my other work, which is not related to the content. Yako TikTok.
I loved nani happy nepatini, and then kuthiwana ngama-owenu hayi awapictures ama-owenu awapictures no happy ama-opa.
Kaloku bahamba bayokoluka, and they went to the initiation school before Tina. Bengabesuthu ke, so we the first, not first, but like we think with the it girls, because the Jolana bafana basekhayelitsha, and these guys go and they come back. So uxola athi kum, na babafana, I'm like, P, I can see these girls like sana. Athi ababazayo ndithi abamudlishayo
Aba worse than me.
Ama-o ethu ngoxa izovela bengamantombazana izawuthina le nto. Hey, you guys, I've lived. Yeah, I've lived shame.
But how is your life? If you can explain to another person who is curious to understand the gay life, how is your life like?
My life, gay life, or my life specifically, queer Umjolo?
Your life as Umjolo and as a gay person.
I think it's because I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 80s. And there were people before us. I'm mentioning their names. Abo Putim Happy, Abo Sislinda, Abo Colin, Abo Simon. I think Simon Ngosi, I forgot the name now. But there are many people who fought the struggle to pave a way for us. So by the time Tina, si Puma, I've never been in the closet, but that Puma closet because I ended up telling my family, and my mom was like, yeah. The time Tina si Puma closet, there were programs like Yizo, Okazlam, where it was easy for Bamda Bondaenza. I will never forget one time, since high school, Tibetwanga Maliche, Kutan Sistabani, or something like that. But that's probably the only time I felt unsafe. Being a gay person, in Cape Town, Osislinda, Nom Happy, and all the people that came before us, they opened umnyango for Tina. That by the time we came out in numbers, by the way, because Sana we like 15 times their number. It was easy, man. And go, I think like it, Tina, because we, when you are born and you're different, you always try and make the best of your life. Siyafunda thina. Asihlali isithanda siyafunda.
Inekhuthele simzini talented.
Exactly. And we always capitalize on imfundo, on the talent, on the passions that we are born with. As a result, abantu baphela besithi abantu begay so be successful. Because kaloku you can't be struggling in all areas of your life. Awuzothiwa estratweni kuthiwa stabane. Umsebenzi awuphophi, ifamily ayiphophi, ifriends asiphophi. Something's got to give. So you create your own life. So I was someone who I went to a Tembani primary school. I went to Langa High high school. So I did my high school Kwalanga. I learned English as And only in 2005, when I went to do my first year, I was exposed to white people, colored people. It was a big culture shock. But because I'm very persistent and you know, I'm self-taught. I was reading books. I didn't understand half the things that were happening in these books. I watched programs. I didn't understand a thing about the program. But here I am today because I made life easier for me. As a result, ke ngoku, I've created my own little cocoon. And so life form, I would say, I feel safe. And every year I always do New Year resolutions on it. But I decided beginning of this year that I'm not doing resolutions, but I want to focus on one theme for my life, which will make things possible. Okay. And I decided I wanted safety. And safety in terms of family, safety in terms of each homie, safety in terms of men, but safety in terms of money, safety in terms of the environment I stay in. And so everything just flowed because I decided safety is my theme for 2025. And here I am, feeling safe. So I'm feeling really safe at the moment.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Sims, I really enjoy talking to you. I feel like I could talk to you for hours and hours on end because you isn't those khulumayo. You are also mentioning earlier, Oguti, you guys are lucky because you came at a time. It's now, we are not going to say it's easy because basakhona abantu abanga-understand ukuthi kwenzakalani and abafuna uku-impose ama-ideas wabo in a violent manner towards 100%. The community. I remember I did, please go and watch that. You are going to learn a lot from her. Okay. There is this Mama Gogo, actually. She is 70, 72, 78. Okay. She was amongst the first black people to fight. Ugogo Menziwa. Abaningi bayamazi. Ugogo Menziwa. She was amongst the first black. I've also invited her in one of the events because I also do educational events. The things that she taught us was so interesting. They were so interesting. Yabona lento transverse uyasho ukuthi iyayikhona vele nakuqala. It's just that ukuthi beyifihlwa.
People never spoke about it.
They never spoke about it. Beyifihlwa. And I remember we were at an intersex event. We were trying to understand this intersex community because bona they are naturally born with two genders. Yes, with both. So she was telling us a lot of things, sharing us a lot of things. I was like, wow. There is a lot actually that we still need to learn with not just the community. I think sexuality as a whole, maybe at some point if you can get a sponsor, get us a sponsor. Let's do a sexuality event.
100%. I can organize that.
Because I think when it comes to sexuality, there are a lot of things that are going on. We're actually missing out.
Yeah, people are missing out.
We are missing out.
And it would be nice for people to understand first the sexuality that was there in the 80s, 90s, and then uzenayo kahle. Because like I said, now there's even things called fluidity. That I'm fluid. So that means I'm not straight, I'm not gay, I'm just fluid.
I first heard that term from Umuzi. Exactly. Actually, not to hear it. I've heard it before, but when he was breaking it down for us to actually understand what is it
what
actually
it means. Yeah. As a result, if uzayibamba fluidity, you'll be very confused. It'd be important to start from the ground. Whereas, okay, eating there top, eating there bottom. Oh, okay. So yakwazi ba uthi ugay, ujole nomnye umuntu gay. Oh, okay. Aba bajola nabafana aba straight.
Hey, I was so confused. Yeah, explain Ramazan gele uhlanya. Ay, nithi siyan confused and is confused in life yet.
And honestly, Kenyani, life yet. And of course, if you're an outsider, it's okay to understand. It's good to understand. Yeah. But if you're confused, we're not there to unconfuse people. Stay confused. Because the more you know, the more exposed you are, and then go over to say, boyfriend yam, bottom. Like there are girls who literally go to those lengths. That bottom. But if you bottom, kumfana wakhe. It doesn't it's a lot.
Then what happened to that friend of yours in Umjolo? Friends.
We're still friends today.
I love him for understanding you.
It is that one.
Oh, it's that one.
We're best of buddies. Whenever I visit home in Cape Town, first person I see amongst the others, we always chill together. We're like sisters now. It's like we've got the sisterly love. Bit protective towards each other. Like if not for you or something. He does the same thing to me. And obviously it's not even platonic, it's nothing. We sleep on the same bed and because look, I see biscuit, so I'm like, nah, not happening.
Wow, Sims, Just educate us one more time. What can you share with the whole world and whoever that can find this content, this sends out today, this episode that we are doing today, about just understanding or just educating themselves about the community? If there is one thing that you would like to tell the people.
My grandmother taught me to read. It's important to read to understand. And when you read, obviously you're reading something that was either written by someone or someone's research. Funda and understand where this whole thing comes from. Uyilande before you ask abantu. Because of course we have different experiences. So Zanbusba, what does it mean to be gay? I'm gonna answer you the way in Kulangakone, Cape Town. To someone maybe who grew up in Mpumalanga, Edelmas, who might not have the same experience as him. So I always say read. Read and empower yourself with books. There are many books now. There's even AI. Go to Gemini. Gemini, you go to ChatGPT and say, into your gaze velapi. So that you can understand. You can even, because I also do coaching, so I do youth coaching. I coach young people. And nowadays they resort to AI. That, I've been feeling annoyed. I've been feeling irritable with my mom. What can I do? And they give you different, so use AI. AI is there to be used. Come on. And then when you feel you empowered enough from the research you've done, ask Umjolo ke ngoku wethu Umjolo ndiyabona apha bakuthiwa umuntu xa intersex uyayisika uyathini, then I give you knowledge based on my experience, but when ube une experience andoni research. So I always say to people, read and befriend abantu abagay. And I'm not saying be best of friends, but sit with me, get to understand. Bakhona abantu abafana nam who are willing to answer questions. And of course, there are other gay people who are still confused, who are not sure what is going on in life in Wabo, who are not comfortable to share about Kubera. But people like me who are always, now you can talk to me anytime. Now I'm always ready to educate, empower, inspire, and teach. It's who I am, it's what I am, and it's what I'll always be.
And you do it so well.
Thank you.
You make it so easy to understand it, and you do it so well. Do we see you writing a book or doing more of the coaching in a more not professional, almost, in a, what's the word I'm looking for? Do you see yourself, what's the word I'm looking for? Right now, you are doing coaching, but you enter as a side hustle.
Yes.
Do you see yourself gonna deep into it in a form of ube well established as a life coach and do it as a business?
I can't answer that for now. I mean, from 2013 to 2023, I was a singer. I literally was performing. I was on stage for 10 full years. And then before I moved to Joburg, I decided, let me quit music. And then I started this coaching thing. And so I can say yes now, and then something acting or something in the future comes up. But I enjoy coaching.
You are being fluid with your profession.
I'm fluid with my professional life. Absolutely. Whatever. Up on Siwa corner, and I'm a dreamer. So if I dream something, I wake up, I'm like, okay.
Hey,
let me
but
do this.
coaching, you do it so well.
Yes. No, I love my coaching and I love my clients as young as they are, especially that are going through, issues transitioning between preteen to teenager to adulthood. I love those. I also do professional coaching with CEOs and people who are struggling with their businesses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
okay.
I enjoy more, working with young people because I've been young before and I'm still young. Even though I'm not youth anymore, I still feel youthful. You had to say youth until didn't chat because there's our chat. So
when you get married, ufisa in, do you want to be like Mushe, get a surrogacy, get the kids, or you are going to, what are you going to do? Do you want to see a family with kids running around the house? Or you just want private thinking with your person and that's it?
I think, in fact, definitely private. Abantwana, I mean, if it happens that maybe I meet someone unomntana, of course, I'll be there to nurture the child because I love children. But I think my love bottle for children is probably half empty. I am patient, but my patience when it comes to kids, it's not there. And I've realized with time, because my cousin is twins, that I really love spending time with them. But if it's unshare for an hour, I'm going to feel you know. So I want a marriage where it's just gonna be me and my husband.
Wow.
Private marriage, you know, doing things together. I'm a hodophile, so I love traveling. Someone I'm gonna travel with, see the world with.
Ngebalunge-ke abantwana labo.
Abantwana
So,
kaloku
man
kuzabe
bakhupha
kuthiwa-
esikoleni kusiwa le
And
kubhekwa le
we
kubhekwa le.
we understand, and this is no offense to gay people who are married, who have kids. Imagine ndibiza esikoleni sana umntana high school kuthiwa kufunwa umzali ngofuna ndibe ndisiya phaa ndibe ngumama ndibe ndixelelwa zitshomi zakhe ba ungomama ungumntu ongutata. Can you imagine the pressure on that
Because
child?
that happens.
You know,
Once
those
Lee's
things-
child,
yeah,
once we had her
you
on
know,
the channel.
but I'm sure in the next 5-10 years it's going to be different. It's going to be understood. You know, gay people, lesbian is going to be a thing of the past. We don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But I just feel like my experience of adoption and my experience of uthatha umntana with sister, it's not always been rosy. Umntana akhule xa nditwenty athi ngomama ndibe ndispende ii-million zam for i-education yakhe ndizayithatha phi ngoku laa million, you know. So for those reasons and also for personal reasons, I don't think I want kids, and I'm okay with that. When I die, my legacy will be shared between my family and organizations that work with young people to change the status quo, to move them away from townships to be better things in life. That's where my legacy will go.
That's beautiful. That's
Thank you,
beautiful.
Sisand.
I love how you're aligning your legacy already with what you are doing currently, which shows that it's easy to get there. Actually, that's what I wanted to ask. Now you've just answered what I was trying to ask, and I could not find the words. We are born. So, yeah. So, Sims, thank you so much. Ukwenza nje isikhathi ukuthi uze la. I know ukuthi it was kind of a short notice because I usually speak to a lot. I like speaking to people a little like a month ahead. And with you, it was like a week. When did I call?
Two and a half weeks.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Thank you,
really do
sis.
appreciate. And I know we are going to have an event very soon. Watch the space.
Watch the
I
space.
don't know when, how, but something is coming. Life coaching in there. Youth in there, and I also had kids who abadlala ibhola. So the economic struggle engiba naso mese qhamuka la into yabo seba amabhushi sebenjani ungasazi noma ipressure noma yini noma ngidlala ibhola manje sekufanele ngitebhise ngithi so ikhona la nto leya so ngihlale ngibenzela ama workshops once a year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to come to one.
Definitely.
Like to come to one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for allowing me to share authentically and to share as a queer Umjolo, but also a little bit of Simphiwe Mahlanyana. Thank you.
We love
I
you.
really enjoy these kinds of platforms because, you know, there are many Simphiwe Mahlanyanas out there who are not able to articulate their experiences. So if I can be that voice, I'm always happy.
Thank you so much. Intoni ke leyo is kambe kwathiwa ngaXhosa isiduko ne
Isiduko sami, ngudlamini.
yabo ngingumfazi kaXhosa kaloku
Sana, you must
once
come
upon a
back.
time no Xhosa is a professors of lies.
I'm Xhosa and I don't lie.
I know.
Just by the way.
I know.
And I will marry a Xhosa.
No. Maybe I can try a British or a German guy.
Yo, okay, so it means we're gonna lose here
Hitler.
South Africa because Sabona house ehlala Switzerland okanye Germany.
Yeah, ne?
Yeah.
If dreams too and if dreams were what? Gonna logo.
Yonke.
Sonke sona lo
Yeah.
sosilisi sokuphupha. So yeah, thank you so much. And I know our paths are going to cross very soon.
Yeah.
Because I love people who are passionate about what they do. And you are passionate about life.
Yes.
I love people who are passionate about life and who are impacting positive knowledge on other people as well.
Thank you. Enkosi.
Ayikubulela mina sana. Bulela mina.
High five.
Cela sivalelise babukele ekhaya.
Thank you so much for watching. It's been an incredible honor to share this platform with Usis Zandi, and I also hope that you've learned a thing or two, and that whoever is against gay people or who's homophobic, that at least you've learned one or two things that are going to change your minds. So thank you so much and be blessed.
And don't forget to please tell them like, subscribe, comment.
Like, follow me, Iqueer Umjolo. It's IQUEERYOMJOLO. Iqueer Umjolo. You'll find me on TikTok, and the next story is coming on Sunday.
We're waiting for the next story on Sunday. And inhleza ngicithile ngifuna ukubona ukuthi namhlanje sithini sanamhlanje ngoba sihleza zishushu ngazi ukuthi amagwinya bhakwe ekuseni early in the morning. So yes, guys, please follow Sims on TikTok. Umjolo. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to join our channel memberships. Umangabe uyithanda content yethu, ungasipha nama super thanks. For now, for this episode, thank you so much. Love and peace. We'll see you on the next episode. Hello, sanibonani Dumelang, igama uZandi, isibongo umfeka umalwandle lo lwandle kalwela lwezibhekane zonihambela le kude phezulu. Do join.